it so long to go here, they have all this room. Fuck me. They have all
Yeah.
this room. Whereas, like, and their cooldowns might have even been down. Like, you don't even know. Like, Morgana Bind theoretically could be down, like, right now. And
Okay.
it'd be so, like, you jump in and they're just, like, instantly dead. Like, you go to right here, they'll be right here, and then you just jump and they're dead, right? Or at least they're instantly flashing if they don't have Morgana Bind, or they're dead. Like,
Okay.
and you have flash. Like, the thing is, you give them so much time to react and like get their cooldowns up that like by the time you go in, they're like completely ready for you to go in because it's just a matter of time, right? And then you jump in behind them, and look, your bot lane's still level 1, so they
Yeah.
actually can't contribute like anything. Because Ezreal flashed in the river, like right there, like over the wall.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have flash, and he's not level 2. So what's gonna happen is this guy's gonna walk up and auto attack, and
Yeah.
that's literally all you can do. And the Janna's not even in range to fucking shield you. Like range is like right here. You're right here. So like
Yeah.
he literally does nothing. So he
Yeah.
contributes 0, and this guy contributes like 2 auto attacks. So it's like there's really nothing they can do here, and you're fighting in a wave.
Yeah.
If you'd gone earlier, not only could you call off the gank earlier if it goes bad, but you also have a better chance of the gank succeeding.
Okay.
So you go late here, and then they still have every summoner basically, and they have to blow heal to help you. And Ezreal's like, wait, I'm level 1. I can't do anything. And then Shanna hits 2 here, which I
think they
think
die
is
somehow.
the only reason this doesn't go awfully is because Janna actually hits 2 here, like in the middle of the fight. Somehow Ezreal doesn't hit 2, which is fucking tragic, but
Yeah.
Janna
I was
hits
kind of.
2.
I didn't even check because I was pretty sure they were level 2 from like usually when I do a 3 camp clear they get level 2 bot lane.
Yeah,
But
that's just all about not watching the lane enough. So
yeah.
they end up trading, but yeah, that gank is pretty bad because it takes all of your HP and puts you in a position where you're too low to actually do this properly. The other thing is though, you should have held your smite. You never want to smite
Yeah.
Gromp really as Khazix. You should have just
Okay.
held it for
For
invading.
the Raptors. Yeah.
Because basically, like, look at when you see Lee Sin, okay? You see Lee Sin long before you see Lee Sin so early, right now, like
Yeah.
252, 253. You see Lee Sin, and at this point, you say, okay, I'm gonna get my Gromp because I need to heal first. You can W the Scuttle on your way into his jungle in the river, and then if you see Katarina in middle, then you can just go get his rafters, and you'll be smiting those because it's just you save more HP smiting those than you do this.
And
So
if I'd started on blue too, I would have been top and could have
yeah, you
counter
could
ganked
have
that
kind of
pretty
yanked it,
easily.
of
So
course.
yeah.
And then so you clear this. You don't see Katarina yet. Walk in the river anyway. Okay, so now you see Katarina. Should W this. It's a little late. It's
Yeah.
fine though. Okay. Then you go here. Clear this. Can't clear it properly. And then you see at least the top side. He gets the second kill. So you realize your rafters are gone, so you can probably infer he's either based or he's still here. And obviously, we come over and we see him. You don't really need to be afraid of him at this point because you do have a double longsword on him. The second you hit 4, he doesn't really have any advantage on you, so there's no need to be afraid at all. So you walk by his ward here, and I like this is really common, but it's also really bad what happens here.
Okay.
First off, the smite's bad, but that's not the whole point of this. You have your full HP. Singe has to base, right? So let's break down this play in detail, okay? So you see Lee Sin, right. Well, you're about to jump over, so we'll pinpoint it exactly. So you see Singe, he's pretty low on resources, low on mana. I don't think he's based yet. Maybe he based once early for TP. See Lee Sin, pretty close to full HP, level 4. So first off, you want to hit level 4. So he backs off, which is smart because his top lane is so low on resources. Take a look at Singe, and you get your level 4. You have 2 long swords, Lee Sin hasn't based. You're both full HP, but this guy needs to base. Your top laner needs to catch the wave, but Singe is going to base. So what you should do is you should just walk into his jungle. You don't need to be afraid. If he tries to fight you, you have double long sword. Singe isn't going to come down. He's got no mana. You can't do anything. So Riven is going to shove the wave out after he catches what's under turret, and you can just walk in, hit this plant. You can hit this plant, in his jungle. You can check his Krugs right here. You can check his wolves right here with the plant. And then you can drop a pink ward either aggressively in the blue buff bush, or you can drop it right here or right here.
Okay.
But you actually, first off, you smite this, which is pretty suspect. Because what you should have done, I guess, like in your head, if you're not thinking that you're gonna walk into his jungle at all, it makes more sense. But
Yeah.
you should like, this is like the perfect opportunity to walk into his jungle because you
I
know.
think I just wanted to do the scuttle fast to go mid, but yeah, I should have
Yeah, the
used
thing
the
is like
smite right there. It was so free.
going mid is really like not worth your time until 6 because he should never die to a gank until
Yeah.
you're at least 6. So here you're like looking for a mid gank, but like if that's in your mind, right? If you're like, okay, I want to come middle, you should be watching middle way more than you are this whole time. Because if you think about it, like you hit the river right now, boom. Okay, well you look at it real quick. But like who's gonna fight you in this river right now?
Yeah.
It's definitely not gonna be Singed. You see Katarina, and if Lee Sin fights you, he's dead. Yeah, like you have double longsword on him. There's no chance he wins a fight. So you don't need to be watching the scuttle. Like I understand you want to clear it fast, but like just be watching middle. And like if you had watched middle like this whole time, I guarantee you, if you're watching middle this whole duration instead of just peeking at it once, you'd realize this is not gankable because this Katarina clears the wave and he just backs up.
Yeah. Okay.
Backs up.
Oh yeah, right there.
And then the new wave is here, and you can't gank Katarina with the new wave, basically. Like it just doesn't work. So he just backs up, like he can't. And Talia, like he doesn't do you any favors by pushing, but like at the same point, it's just like it's not a very good gank. And now because you missed your timing, you have to go farm your wolves. And now that means you're ending away from top, which means Lee Sin's gonna probably just end up there, and he can just end up there and just keep farming your top laner, which is really, really bad for you, because that means you're gonna lose turret really fast. So you farm out here, grab the scuttle. So, as far as like pacing goes, like a good benchmark you should set for yourself is you want to be level 6 when your first buff respawns, and you're like pretty far behind that pace right now. Because you've just been wasting a lot of time. And this gank has like the exact same problem as the last gank. Well, okay, not the exact same problem, but it's also really, really bad. This gank sets your whole game state back really far. Because what happens here is, I believe you get vision on Lee Sin. Like, oh yeah, of course, you were fighting him in the river here. Yeah, so you see him mid, and then you make a good play to track him here, and you identify he wants to get scuttle. So you wait for him there, you just go too early. That we identified. But you know he's in the area now. You know his red buff is respawning soon. And you know he's a level up on you. So there's a bunch of fucking red flags on this game. Okay, so let's break it down. Number 1, you know Lee Sin is in the area with red buff spawning soon. 2, you are down levels. Okay, you are level 4 to his 5, and you have a camp up right there that you can get level 5 from your Gromp, but you don't go do it when you're full HP and you still have a smite. And number 3, you don't have mid control because your Katarina, I mean your Talia's pushed in because he just got ganked, right? So he can't follow the roam immediately because he's stuck under his turret. And number 4, there's a big fucking wave right here. So there's a bunch of fucking red flags for this gank, and you still, I guess number 5 would be your Envision too, because they just warded this, and you go
it's
for
actually
it.
fucking horrible.
Anyway, yeah, there's like a checklist you want to run through before you go to do a gank, and basically all of them got thrown out the window on this gank.
Mid's there, if jungler's there.
If mid's there, jungler's there, like and take a look at this, like who's gonna set this up? This dude with all of his CC, or like this dude with all his CC? Yeah. Through the black shield, no less. Like,
yeah.
Like, if their bot lane was like right here and right here, like maybe, but they're fucking right here and right here. This is never gonna work. Like, even.
So I should have just went to Gromp there.
Oh, 100%. Like there's that's 100% the right play here. This gank doesn't work in any. Like, it's so bad. Like that. Literally, like if they were right here, they honestly might have lived still. Like that's literally like how how like sketchy this gank
And
was.
I think we get killed.
Oh
There,
yeah,
right?
you get killed here because exactly what happens. This dude comes, and then Lee Sin's like, "Hey, I was just here 2 seconds ago. How about I just take 5 seconds to walk down bot lane and counter gank?" He doesn't even
Yeah.
have to think about it because he's like, "Oh, I was in the area anyway. Why not, right?" He's like
Yeah.
stopping. He was stopping to pick up the Krugs. He's like, "Oh, free counter gank. Sign me up." So it goes
Go there.
terribly as predicted, and then yeah, you
Go
guys
there.
just
See this
overcommit,
cat.
and then there's everyone right on cue, and then your guys are just dead. And this is a good hold on the flash because you're dead, but yeah, just this is very
Yeah. In
predictable.
retrospect, that was completely fucking horrible.
Yeah, like that one, like yeah, there's no defending that one, honestly. There's
Maybe
nothing.
Singe that TP too.
Yeah,
That would make it even worse.
yeah, there's literally like no merit to that gank. So that sets you guys back like pretty far. At high elo, this is where everyone starts to call open it. But so we
Yeah.
keep playing. So this is fine. You go to your top side. Small thing here. I would have bought boots. There's no reason not
Oh,
to really.
did I really not? Oh my god, what the hell?
It's fine. So yeah, yeah,
That's sad.
just buy boots there. So your top laner gets a kill. So the way you want to look at your lanes is that as far as like priority for ganking goes, number one, you always want to go to the lane that's winning. Okay, and the most
Uh-huh.
obvious way to tell is that they either get a solo kill or CS
Advantage.
XP advantage, right? If your laner is level 6 and their laner is level 5 and there's a wave hitting the turret, you're diving them.
Go there.
If your lane is solo killing them and they're up 3-0 and they're stuck under the turret and your laner is up level 7 to 5, dive them.
Yeah.
And number two, if they're losing badly, don't go. Because what
Should
happens...
I watch for a counter gank though?
It depends. Okay, so there's two types of losing. There's number one, the 0-5 losing. This is the red alert, abort, abort, abort. And then
Okay.
there's the 0-1 or like 0-2 losing. And this depends on the champion and like the player. Both
Yeah.
champions. Like, let's say like you're fucking, I don't know, you got like, let's just say you got who's busted? Okay, you got Ornn, okay? You got fucking Ornn versus who's a shitty top laner that everyone wants to play. Let's say you got I won't even say that, champ.
Urgot.
Urgot's not that bad. Let's just say let's just say Yasuo, okay? And let's say your
Okay.
Ornn's got like 120 armor. So
Yep.
you like if it's a 2v2, like you can actually just like win that if they're playing it badly. Because like let's say they have a normal jungler. So let's just say they have Lee Sin, okay? So let me close. So if like Ornn is getting ganked, right? So let's just let me actually find a still where you're looking at top lane. So like right after this guy kills him, I think you're looking at top lane, so I can draw it for you. So when does he get the solo kill? It's a little further behind, I think. So it's your third kill. So you do see it, I believe. You pan your camera over right when he's going in. He actually kills him right at 6. Okay. Boom. Okay, so let's take a look at top lane. Like, ignore what's going on the screen. So let's just say, like, theoretically, Ornn is, like, right here, okay? So this is Ornn. And let's say Yasuo is, like, right here. Right here. So he's, like, right next to Ornn, and then Lee Sin comes, like, right here, okay? And let's just say you're, like, on Krugs, okay? So what's gonna happen is this guy's gonna go on Ornn. Ornn's gonna be like, oh no, I'm getting ganked again. He's gonna walk this way. Lee Sin's gonna be right here. Whether he kicks him or not is kind of like inconsequential. Like whether he kicks him like to the wall or like backwards, like whatever, that's not important. Basically, the important part here is this dude is like, damn, I'm getting ganked. So he bought a chain vest and a cloth armor, or like a ninja tab. He's got 120 fucking armor, so he's invincible. What happens here is like, even though this guy might be 0-2, at the end of the day, he's fucking Ornn. So, so they're gonna gank him, right? And he's gonna be, so let's just say he starts off at like 90% HP, okay? And he's gonna walk to like, he's getting cut up by Yasuo, cut up by Yasuo. Let's say he makes it right here, he's like 70% HP. Because he's got 120 armor, and this is where Lee Sin enters the gank. Let's say Lee Sin hits Q and stuff, maybe he kicks him, So the kick puts him like right here, and let's say he's at like, he ends up like right around like here, and he's 40% HP now. Okay, they've blown a lot of their cooldowns. Let's make it even like more. Let's say he's like at like 25%. Okay, even at like 25%, he's like pretty close to his turret. If you would realize, like, if you move immediately, let's say you're on either red buff or you're on Krugs, and you see this gank happening, like, they're not gonna kill Ornn fast, like, no matter what, you know?
Yeah.
Even if they're like pretty fed, like, if the dude has a bunch of armor, he's not gonna die. And then like at some point, Ornn's gonna be like, all right, it's time to press R, and then he gets a double knock up, and if you show up, boom, that's a double kill, like straight up, because they've committed literally everything to killing this guy because he's like 0-1, he's 0-2, they're trying to put him down, but he's Ornn. Now, the other side of the coin is, let's say, on the other hand, you have the Yasuo, and he's right here, and they have the Ornn, and he's right here, and Lee Sin's right here. This guy's dead. He doesn't make it here. He dies like right here. So, you can't counter-gank that. So, it really comes down to, like, the champions, right? You see what I'm... Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Like, if Yasuo's 0-2, you don't go there because like he's probably dead. Like you don't make it in time. Like theoretically, we can go in. Like if we're in a world where like, let me just when you give me a good camera view, right here when you're, this is a good camera view. So like let's say you see that same gank happening, okay? And let's just say so you have the Yasuo top, but Lee Sin comes this way, okay? And you have a ward right here, so you see him coming the whole time. If you're strong, you can just wait for him here and counter gank like that. But if the gank is already happening, then you just get a head start on like doing something on the opposite side. So if you see like Lee Sin's right here, but you're not gonna make it to the, you're not gonna beat him to the spot, or you're not gonna be able to do anything. If you're like on your red buff or your rafters, the second you see Lee Sin right here, you just go all the way around into his jungle and you take his shit. Or you go for bottom or mid or dragon or a mixture of those because at that point it's dead. But like I said, if you have like someone who isn't gonna die instantly to the gank, and like they're squishy champions like that are ganking him especially, then you can just kill him, right? As long as you're not behind, you can just turn it. But for the most part, if someone's like 0-2, you try not to go there. If someone's 2-0, it's free gold. And what happens this game is that Lee Sin doesn't stick to it like the whole game, but for the most part, where was he this game?
He went top a lot?
He went top a lot, and where did they get first turret?
Top, I think?
Exactly. That's what you want to do in a lot of your games, because that's how you start the snowballs. Because let's look what happens once you guys lose first turret, okay? This guy, the Riven, to his credit, he actually gets ganked so many times, but he doesn't lose turret until pretty like late, honestly. Like, he gives you a lot of time to try to create turret somewhere, but you never fully commit your ganks to one side of the map. So eventually, right, like on, what is this, a gank number 5 or something, he loses turret at 15 minutes. Like, that's really not his fault at that point. Like, it's up to you to create something to, like, I don't want to say create, but it's up to you to try to get a turret somewhere else. And sometimes, if it's possible, like in this game, like, I understand, you wanted to start top, so you weren't there to stop the first few ganks, so that happens. But the second he gets the solo kill on Singed, that like puts him back into the lane,
I should focus there.
And you can start to look at it, because like, your bot lane wasn't really doing anything. If we take a look at where your wave is, for like the whole game, like your bot lane's getting pushed in. That's why at that one point, where they got the kills, I was super surprised, because if you look at the minimap, like, they're literally on their turret, like, most of the game. Like, if we literally just look at the bot minimap, like, this whole, like, replay, like, they're either, like, dead because you ganked or something, or they're on their turret. So, you got, like, I think 3, maybe 2 ganks off bot lane, right? And how much turret damage did you get each time?
0?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, getting a gank is cool, but, like, what is the point of killing a lane first, right? You want to get something. You want to get a turret, you want to get a dragon. Yes, you got dragon, but at the end of the day, like, unless it's in, even if it is Infernal Drake, like, first tower is just worth more. So if you're going to a lane where, like, yes, I can get kills, but you don't get any turret pressure, it means a lot less, because you don't actually translate that into anything. And this is especially apparent in a game where, let's say you have, like, literally any top laner, or almost any top laner, against, like, a Teemo or something, right? What's
Yeah.
gonna happen is you're gonna kill Teemo. Like Teemo's literally sitting under their turret, autoing them, and they'd be like, SOS, SOS, please gank this idiot. And then you say, all right, dude, I got you, and you kill him, right? But the dude has literally been getting harassed under turret for 10 years. So you kill Teemo, and he's like, thanks, buddy, and then he hits recall because he's 20% HP. And then you do it again. And it's like, thanks, buddy, and then he hits recall because he's 20% HP. And you do it again, and he hits recall because he's 20% HP.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you don't get any turret damage, and the other jungler is like, well, they're killing Teemo. How about I just go die bot lane? And then after 1-2 ganks, they get turret. And then suddenly you can't do that anymore, right? Because Teemo says, I'm going bottom, and their bot lane goes top, and suddenly your top lane is like, I can't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, even though like it's a gank that like succeeds, like in the sense that like you gotta kill, right? Good job, like you gotta kill. In that sense, it was a successful gank, but in the long term, it doesn't actually like didn't actually do anything because like eventually like 15 minutes is pretty late to lose first turret. Like honestly, it's pretty late. Like you normally want it around like 11, 12, and when you're playing a jungler like Khazix, who like if you're chain ganking someone, they're gonna have a bad day.
You're supposed to,
Yeah, they just straight up have a really bad day. Like 15 minutes to do that is just like honestly, he gave you a lot of time.
I think I just thought that for some reason I thought that the Janna Ezreal was a good lane to gank, but like obviously Janna, even if she has her tornado, she's not gonna
especially
anything.
especially against like a Morgana.
Alistar and shit,
So
and Riven with Ignite, should have went there.
That's honestly like the big problems in this game, because like basically if we take a look at your early game, right? So we're like 11 minutes in the game. What you've accomplished is like you set yourself really far behind with the initial bot game.
Yeah.
Like that really like killed much of your chance to do much in the early game. And while you like your pathing is fine, you know, you clear downwards, grab all your camps, and you get off like I think this was a double kill. Maybe no, there's just one. Yeah, you just get bound by Morgana, and then you grab a dragon. You know, mid lane dies, you catch your farm whenever you should. You're keeping up the pace with Lee Sin. This was mechanically kind of bad by you guys that got Katarina even more fed. But at this point, it's like we're like out of the early game. Like you guys, you know, kill Singe one more time. You drop her a minute later top because Riven just gets ganked again. And then you trade bottom, but like now you're at a point where it's like you gank for your bot lane, right? But the Katarina has like 5 kills, so he literally walks anywhere, and you guys like we're out. Like we can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like abort. The second, like he literally comes alone. Like I'm pretty positive he literally just comes alone and kills you guys.
Yep.
And that's just because like it's gotten to the point where he's gotten too much, and now like you're just in a position where like the game has just evolved into a like you don't have the control you want anymore.
Yeah, we just get destroyed on every
like the most important things to take from this game is that you need to be paying attention to what your laners are doing and what like just in general, not even just like the lane you're ganking, right? Because this gank, like, oh yeah, obviously super early in the game, so you know where everyone is. Lee Sin started bot side, he's gonna be top. Their laners are in the lane.
The second gank though.
And like, but so yeah, and then obviously like the second gank. That's what I'm getting at. Like you don't know where anyone is. Literally don't know where anyone is.
We even spotted. Yeah.
You actually see Katarina, and then you go for it anyway.
Yeah.
And you actually would have been fine had you just bailed out initially, but you like walk back in, and all of you die.
Just that, yeah.
And that's really all about it. All there is to say about the early game, because after this, you're just farming because you're behind and you have to. There's nothing to do. So yeah, we can go into the next game.
All right.